Welcome back to the Boneyard podcast, everybody. This is your host, Jared Shepard, along with my good friend.
Artemis Brower.
We're coming to you this week with episode, it's a nice one, Artie, 269.
269.
69. How we doing, man?
We're good, brother. We are good. We're living good. It feels like
Freeze
we
on
haven't
me.
done this in about 2.5 years. So,
Uh-oh. There you are. You froze on me.
am I back? Am I good?
You're back. You're back.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Cool.
What a start to the stream.
No, we're good though, brother. We're good.
We're good. Already we're closing in on, just a couple more weeks until somebody's birthday's coming up. So
It's true. This is true. Damn, I'm so old. Jesus.
Any big plans?
No, this is 31. 31's not a big one. We're gonna keep it low key. Dinner, something low key. Now Ashley loves birthdays. I'm not really like a big birthday person, at least not for myself. I love celebrating other people's birthdays. My birthday, I'm not really big in celebrating. But Ashley, I know she's gonna do something big. So
I think the last birthday that I truly celebrated might have been 16 years old. I'm out on birthdays.
and I love birthdays, but my birthday, I'm like, no, let's keep it low key. I'm cool, even though we've done a bunch of trips, but that really wasn't, that was Ashley, honestly. I know she's got something up her sleeve. So
well, I was about to. There's a concert the night of your birthday that Savannah's out of town. Thought about asking you to go. It's a country concert, like a real country concert, like real.
Am I going to know these artists?
Probably not.
Okay.
And then I realized it was on your birthday, and I was like, I doubt he wants to go to a true deep cut country concert.
I've got to. It's baby steps. I got to work my way into it. I got to go mainstream pop country and then work my way into the deep cut country.
Yeah, this is I don't know. I might just go by myself. I'll have to figure it out. Brandon, if you're watching, hit me up if you're down. All right. Episode 269. Artemis.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a 69 for me?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have a 69. But what I will say is we landed on the moon in 1969. So shout out to the moon landing. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was 69.
But did we actually?
Did we actually? I don't know. Who knows? We ain't been back since. Who knows? Supposedly, we landed on the moon in 1960.
I got questions.
And supposedly, it's the flag up there, an American flag. So.
Supposedly. I don't know. When I start talking about that, my wife looks at me like I'm nuts.
It's a fair question.
Did we go to the moon?
It is.
Put it in the chat. If you think we went to the moon, put it in the chat. I need to know. How many people think we went to the moon?
Boneyard Conspiracy Hour.
Hey, that's the one that I can really get behind. I don't know that we did. 69. Artie, I think I have a good one.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a hint. When I say the name Idaho State, can you think of any famous alumni from Idaho State?
Hell no. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try. I have no idea.
Come on now. Give me. Take any shot in the dark at who you think I'm thinking of.
Idaho State?
Yes.
What are they famous for? Is it music? Is it television? Is it
it's an athlete. It's an athlete.
What sport?
Football.
Idaho State? I feel like it's got to be a defensive player. I don't think there's going to be any famous offensive players from Idaho State. That just feels like a defensive kind of.
Yeah, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say it's a linebacker from Idaho State, but I have no idea.
Defensive end.
Okay.
None other than number 69, Jared Allen, baby.
Wow, that makes sense. That makes sense. That
Jared
actually makes
Allen.
sense. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Jared Allen is the one that makes sense. Go to
Yeah.
Idaho State.
Idaho State. The Vandals. All right, Artie. This episode of the Boneyard Podcast brought to you by Roback. 20% off on your first order at Roback. Use promo code Boneyard20. Get that 20% off. Hey, it's gonna get cold. Go get you some of those quarter zips. It might not be here in time for the snow.
I'd say,
but at least it'll warm your heart knowing that you have something coming.
Hope y'all bundled up for Friday and Saturday. It's coming.
Yeah, we may be out of commission on the podcast for the next 2 weeks.
We'll have no power for a couple of days. So
yeah, if we don't have power next week, and we're taking another break 2 weeks from now.
Right.
So just heads up, people. All right, Artie. The college football season is officially over. The greatest turnaround is this the greatest turnaround in all of sports?
Indiana?
Yes. I mean going from what they were 2 years ago, firing their coach, like what were they? 4-8, 3-9?
3-9. 3-9.
Nobody was going to Indiana games. They were kind of the laughing stock of the Big Ten. 2 years later, national champions. What a crazy world.
I think it's without doubt the greatest turnaround in American sports ever. Maybe even just sports, period. I mean, I'm only 30, but I don't have anything to compare that to. Like, I have nothing to compare what Indiana just did to. There's nothing to compare. Like, they hadn't won a bowl game since 91. A bowl game since before you and I were born.
That's insane.
And then they go on to win the national championship at 16-0. 16-0. That's just, yeah. Greatest, that's the greatest turnaround in the history of sports to me. I don't know if it could ever be duplicated. I don't even know if Indiana could do that again.
I don't know.
But, yeah.
Now that they got Mark Cuban's money coming in, and I don't know.
I was never knew that Mark Cuban went to Indiana until 3 days ago. Never knew it. Didn't know Joe Buck went to Indiana until 3 days ago.
I think I knew that one. I think I knew that one. I think I knew that one. Mark Cuban was kind of a shock to me.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, Indiana. Okay.
We'll get there one day. We're gonna get there.
Look, what I will say is they absolutely opened the door to why not us. If you have the money, if you have the resources, and if you have the coach, it's got to be that perfect storm. It's got to be that three: money, resources, and a coach that can actually get you there. Because a lot of people are going to have the money and the resources, but they're not going to have a Kurt Signetti. You got to have all three.
Yeah,
you can do it. But it really is a why not us.
I was fully, the way that first half of the national championship game went, I was fully expecting that to be a snooze fest of a game. Miami made it interesting.
Yeah, Miami kept it close. The U might be back. They might be back.
Can I just say, I am so glad that I don't have to see Michael Irvin on my screen every week now.
If I can be honest with you, Michael is a little too much. He's a little too much. And I love Michael Irvin. He's phenomenal.
Michael Irvin will forever be my walk the plank.
Love his energy, but if I can be honest, it is a little too much. It's a little like Michael Irvin is pushing 60. Come on, man. You're supposed to be an elder statesman. You're not supposed to be out here sweating, running around like an 18-year-old kid. Like it's a little too much. It's a little too much.
Michael Irvin is on the Jared Chaffett shit list forever.
I don't want my 60-year-olds acting like 18-year-olds. Let's hamper it down just a little bit.
No. All right, Artie. Speaking of Miami, big time quarterback commit.
Yeah.
Emory Williams commits to East Carolina University, entered the portal. It was honestly probably the worst kept secret around Greenville for the last 2.5 weeks. That once Miami's season was over, Emory Williams was entering the portal and he was transferring to East Carolina.
Right.
That, I mean, if you're on the message boards, you knew about this 3 weeks ago. So we don't need to go into it too much. So I mean, right now, the quarterback competition is Mitch Griffiths and Emory Williams. It'll be interesting. I mean, two backup quarterbacks that, I mean, were on teams that made the college football playoff last year.
Yeah.
They've seen it. Well, it'll be interesting to see how this QB competition plays out in the spring.
Look, that QB room was looking dire for a little bit. You know, you lose Ditta, and Ditta was a bit of a shock, right? Obviously, we knew about Jeter, and then Caton leaving, obviously. So like the QB room was just bone dry, and now at least you have a little bit of confidence. Okay, we've got some guys coming in from some D1 programs, like you mentioned, 2 programs that were in the playoff. However, Mitch Griffiths is one of those. You know, he was at Wake. Really only had 1 season of quality production. He's been around for a long time. This man's pushing like 30. He's been in college football for a long time.
Well, you know, he took a year off to like be a brick mason or lay concrete.
He took 2024 completely off and then came back. So we'll see how that goes. But his 1 year at Wake, I mean, it was 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 1,500 yards. I mean, it was an ass season. As far as his most production. And Emory Williams, I mean, that's just raw talent coming in. We don't really know too much about Emory Williams. Hasn't really had that many snaps. So we'll see. But I'm excited about the competition that's gonna take place. No clear cut starter. Just 2 guys coming in hungry, wanting to prove themselves.
Yeah, I mean, Emory Williams, the game, I mean, he's got some experience, right? He's coming in. I guess he'll be a junior in the classroom.
Right.
I mean, not crazy stats, nothing that's going to like really jump out at you. But I mean, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's passed for 800 yards in college. And I mean, he's been behind some studs at Miami, right? Back in 2023, had a okay game against I believe that game was did he play the Florida State game that year? I think so. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that, hey, you like that you're bringing in guys from P4 schools. Look, I always thought that we would bring in a guy from FCS and a P4 retread, and then you bring in 2 P4s, and I mean, both of them happen to be in the college football playoff. They've been preparing for that. They've both been in really good offenses. Not to mention, you bring in. Not only did you bring in Emory Williams, you brought in one of his favorite receivers in Ray Joseph out of Miami. So
that might be the bigger name to me, to be honest with you. Ray Joseph and his potential out of Miami.
There's a lot of guys that you brought in the wide receiver room that you're maintaining a lot of speed in that room. You got a lot of length there. I'm really happy with how this wide receiver room turned out after what it was looking like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I mean, you lose Anthony obviously the graduation. You lose Yannick. You lose some of your other key guys. You lose a key tight end. Ray Joseph and Jeremiah Melvin are the two though. Those to me are the two names that could be the key replacements.
Yeah. And then already even the running back room.
Yeah.
The running back room left a lot to be desired this past year. And I said at the spring game last year that I thought that was going to be one of the most impressive running back rooms that we've seen. Hand up. I was wrong. But I like you're bringing TJ Engelman back. DeJuan Lacey, he'll be fully healthy. And then, yeah, you bring in Ashton Gray. He follows his offensive coordinator over from North Texas. And then, did this guy take the longest route ever to the school that he probably should have committed to out of high school? Michael Allen. I mean, guy went from NC State, UNLV, Marshall, finally ends up in Greenville, back home to finish out his career.
Hey, look, he had to do a country tour. That's all it was. He just wanted to do a country tour, and then he wanted to come back home and finish his career.
I really like how this room is shaping out. That running back room. I like Engelman. I liked what I saw of DeJuan Lacey early in the year before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Ashton Gray is one of those kind of like shifty, like speed backs, and then Michael Allen's just a bruiser. He's going to fill a lot of those snaps that you're going to lose from Marlon Gunn. So it'll be interesting to see. Really liking how the offense, like considering we lost basically our entire offense,
basically everyone. Yeah,
I like how we're turning out.
Absolutely, I do like the aggression, the specialty guys that we're going to get. What I will say about the running back room, because it took a little while for it to pop last year, I would like for somebody to really plant their flag early. If there's one request, one wish I'd have out that running back room, one of those guys plants their flag early. So, okay, that's the lead back.
I think you're going to see Ashton Gray and TJ Engelman battling it out for that number one spot.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to put my finger on it early on, I think those are your two guys. DeJuan Lacey coming off an injury, missed almost the whole season. I think he'll be there, but it may take a little bit longer for him to get back up to full game speed.
Right.
And Engelman at times looked like the most explosive back. And, I mean, he was the most explosive back.
He absolutely has some moments.
So, yeah, I'm really liking how this offense is turning out. Wide receiver, you keep Brock Spalding. I mean, that guy's a true pirate.
Just a baller. just a blue collar, lunch pail, hard hat, just a baller.
Tyler Johnson's also back. And then from the transfer side, Landon Sides once again following Jordan Davis from North Texas. He was a big part of that North Texas offense. Jakeith Hamilton out of Furman. We already mentioned Ray Joseph. And then Jeremiah Melvin. That guy, you want to talk about a guy that I think could be explosive and be the number one wide receiver for ECU next year? If Jeremiah Melvin, he's got the build.
Right.
And he's got the talent. He just needs to be given an opportunity. Same thing that happened with Anthony Smith. Can Jeremiah Melvin put it all together at ECU? I think he can. That was really one of the first big gets in this class. And then we talk about the tight end room. You lose your tight end 1 and tight end 2. Makes sense. But we'll see how this plays out. We brought in at one point it felt like we were going to bring in 15 transfer tight ends, and we were just going to have run 11 of them out there at one point.
Right.
You end up bringing in 2. Ismael Smith Flores out of UT Rio Grande is one of them, and then you brought in the guy from what was it, App State. So I really, it'll be interesting to see how this offense runs. I think we got a lot more size there. We maybe don't have as much athleticism as a Javante Connor, but I feel like you're going to have a better blocking tight end in there next year. And then the offensive line, losing the guys you lost was tough.
Yeah.
Like those were losing McCrimmon and Poker, those were 2 big time hits. And I mean, both of them end up in P4 schools. I mean, everybody that transferred has basically ended up at a P4 school. And if they haven't ended up at a P4 school, if they haven't ended up at a P4 school, they either haven't ended up anywhere right now.
Right.
Or I think Jaron Waiters ended up at did he end up at Mercer? Somebody's gonna put it in the comments. We'll see it here in a second. But the offensive line, I mean, I'm really excited to see Brandon Best come in. I mean, first team all conference at Kennesaw State. Also really like seeing Hayes Creel from Southern Miss, Ethan Kramer. You honestly, you got a lot more size, and you're bringing in. That's been the problem in the past is we've had to pull from the FCS ranks across the board. Now we're being able to pull in FBS offensive linemen, which is what is needed. So I think we'll be all right there. It may take some time, but I think that we brought in some true dogs on that O-line. As a whole, Artie, how do you feel about this offense going into next year?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta look at it realistically, and we lost everything. We didn't just lose a little bit or half our offense. We basically lost every key contributor on offense last year. Is not going to be in the building next season, and so to recoup that is going to take a lot. I think so far we've done pretty well. Like I said, the QB room was looking dire for a minute, and we went out and we got some guys that I think can actually, at least competition wise, they're gonna compete, and we'll see who's gonna win that battle between those two. The receiver room, like you said, I'm really excited about the Jeremiah Melvin kid out of Wake, Ray Johnson, obviously out of Ray Joseph, I should say, out of Miami. And then that running back room, we'll see. The running back room and the offensive line, those are the 2. I'm like, okay, we'll see. I have a little confidence in the quarterback room. I have a little confidence in the receiver room. We'll see from the O-line room and the running back room. But I think so far we've done what we could and what we've needed to do to kind of recoup what we lost.
Yeah. And then not to mention the defense, Artie. I mean, you don't lose a ton. You lose a little bit to graduation. You got a couple guys transferring out there. I mean, but at the end of the day, I think where you're at on defense, and we've seen it from Blake Harrell before.
He's going to get the most out of what he has on defense.
When guys leave, he finds the guys that fit best into his system.
Yep.
And it's like they don't miss a beat. And if anything, it's like they almost get better year after year.
Year after year, exactly. He's going to maximize that talent on defense, whatever he has.
I mean, you got 13 returners on the D line, no transfers, didn't need to bring in anybody. I mean, that room is just full of redshirt juniors and seniors. Really excited that Kendrick DeJour is coming back. Josiah Robinson coming back, Kieran Davis, Rion Rosenborough coming back. I mean, I'm really pumped. I mean, it's already you're bringing in or you're returning 13 guys on a D line that was number 4 in the nation for tackles for loss. Number 4 in the nation. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm absolutely excited about is that defense really not losing a beat. Now we lost some key contributors. Obviously, we lost some key guys on that defense, but maintaining and retaining what we have, and then going out and getting maybe some guys like a Miles Pollard, which I'm excited about Miles Pollard from Memphis, replacing what we possibly lost in that DB room. Yeah, I think this defense is going to be all right.
Yeah, I really do. The DB room, you lose quite a bit there, but at times it left a little bit to be desired. And every year we've lost a DB or two to the portal, and we do this year, but we've always found another guy to be the next man up.
Right.
And I think, I mean, honestly, the guys returning, I think, are plenty capable to be starters in that DB room. But, I mean, you bring in 7 transfer DBs, and they're going to fit the mold of what Blake Harrell is looking for in that secondary. And I really like where the defense is. I have no complaints about the defense.
So far, no. Now, would I expect them to be what they were last year? I mean, they were best in the conference basically last year.
They were the best in the conference, yeah.
Right. So I'm not going to expect them to do that. But do I still think they're going to be top 5, possibly top 3 in the conference? Yes, I do.
I'll say it right now. I think this is going to be the best defense in the conference again next year.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I think the floor is top 5. I think that's the floor.
I would almost say the floor is top 3. Like, okay. I am very bullish on this defense next year. The way that they can stop the run. I mean, you got 7 returners in the linebacker room, 13 on the D line. Not to mention you bring in the Law brothers out of Memphis, who originally were at Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, these are with Jordan Hankins and Blake Harrell running this defense. You got a good mix of Blake guys, and then Hankins brings in 3 transfers from Memphis, who was also a top 5 defense in the conference.
Right.
And at one point in the season, ranked in the top 25 in the country. Right. I think I'm really happy with where we're at. I'm super excited that DJ Johnson, Jackson Barker, and Julian Davis are back. Like that's the thing. You're not just keeping guys that are in their second year in the program. You've got guys that have playing time that are coming back.
Yeah. They've got plenty of snaps.
And all of these guys could have gone somewhere else. I guarantee it.
Yeah, they could have. With the defense we had last season, yeah, they all could have gone somewhere.
I'm good with it. Artie, I think weeks ago when everything just seemed to be falling apart, nobody was staying. Then Dida hits the portal after the bowl game, which, by the way, he ends up at North Texas. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
That's not where I wasn't expecting him to end up in North Texas.
The Dida situation, just him leaving in general, was a shock. I really thought he was going to stay and want to really compete for that starting spot here.
Nobody wants to compete anymore, Artie. Nobody wants to compete.
Yeah. That's why you've got guys transferring to 4 different schools in 4 different years. So
We need to fix it somehow. Like, I'm all for the players like doing what's right for them, but something needs to happen. I personally, I think it's a one-time transfer and then without penalty.
I would agree. A one-time transfer without penalty, and then after that, there's got to be some repercussions.
And I think that you can.
Because
I think you can make a case for having. And look, the NCAA and waivers is. I mean, the players have the NCAA by the balls when it comes to waivers, for the most part. Like, they're granting waivers left and right, and the way that they pick and choose who they're giving waivers to, it's long been known that there's no rhyme or reason why somebody gets a waiver and somebody else doesn't. I don't know that the NCAA knows why they're doing it.
Yeah.
But I think you could say, okay, you get one transfer. Second time you transfer, okay, you have to sit out a year. I think the only case where that second transfer shouldn't matter is if your coach leaves or is fired. That's how I would fix it. Because you have, I mean, inevitably, it's not really changing anything. We're seeing more and more coaches fired or taking a different job. Right. And either your head coach or your coordinator is fired. We're not your wide receiver coach, not your DB coach. No, it's your specific coach or your specific coordinator.
Head coach, OC, DC. Those are the guys going.
Yep. I think that's how you fix it. I think you've got to disincentivize transferring. And I have other thoughts on the calendar, but I don't necessarily want to get into them because
we could have 10 episodes of the podcast on the calendar. Like the calendar is just ridiculous.
I've got thoughts on when I think the portal should be, but I really need to sit down and think long and hard about.
First, the only thing I'll say about it, there absolutely should not be two opportunities for people to.
Well, it's just one now.
Yeah, that should not be a thing. And then I will say, as far as transferring, because transferring wants to level up, I understand that, right? You go from maybe a G5 to a P4, Big Ten, SEC, whatever it may be. I get that. But if you're transferring 3 or 4 times within a 4 to 5 year period in college, you have to understand that's not the program. It's not the coaching. That's you.
Yeah.
That's you not being good enough if you've got to transfer that many times. So, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to think, how do you disincentivize transferring as much as possible? And I've already said, like, okay, the one-time transfer without penalty. Second time, you have to sit out a year. But when that comes into play, okay, well, the NCAA doesn't really have the staying power.
College football has outgrown the NCAA. Like college football should be its own entity outside of the NCAA. It needs its own governing body and its own group of governors, elected officials. Like the college football is so far past the NCAA. It's ridiculous.
I would be okay with like a governing body, and you can keep the conferences the way that they are.
Yeah, but
But I do think that there needs to be some sort of, okay, if we're doing this, here are the rules. Everyone is playing by the same rules. Same, you don't have a different rev share cap for one conference versus another. And all the conferences that want to be a part of it, they need to sign on to it. And the schools that are part of that, they need to sign on to it. And if you don't, all right, go back down to FCS.
Right.
Like that's how it needs to be. If you've got it, good. If you don't, and I'm saying that as a school that has been a have not for eternity. Right? I think that saying, okay, we're gonna have a collective bargaining agreement. Here's what you can and can't do. I mean, you're gonna have tampering. That's gonna be a thing. But being able to sign NIL to like being able to get guys to sign even for like a longer term deal, right? Okay, here's 2 years. Here's a 3-year NIL deal. That's fully guaranteed as long as you are enrolled at whatever school you're at. And then you have basically have a salary cap.
Yeah.
And I think being able to do that, it's going to level the playing field. Now, the one argument against that is it's just going to bring back the hamburger bags of money that coaches bring by. NIL,
that's going to happen regardless.
The way that NIL is working is not what NIL was intended for.
Exactly.
When NIL became a thing, it was so that the star quarterback can go to the local Ford dealership and get a car, and they'll put his name or they'll put his face on a billboard.
Right. He can get compensated for what he's actually worth and what his value is getting used for.
Not, hey, Mr. Stud QB at the G6 level, we're really happy that you did so well. Here's $5 million to leave the school that you're at that made you and developed you.
And not only leave the school that you're at, you're already in a contract with that school, but let's buy you out to leave that school.
And I think that should be part of it too. And I don't know that we'll ever get there. Coaches have buyouts in their contract. If we're going to have this, like a player should have a buyout in their contract.
Yeah.
If you don't play, if you don't fulfill and that's the problem is NIL is not pay for play. Right? It's by the rule. It's not, you can't pay somebody to play there. NIL is for their name, image, and likeness. And they're getting money for that reason. They're not getting money for their play. You don't have to play every single game. Now you're starting to see more and more of that written into the contracts. Like, okay, if you leave before, or if you enter the transfer portal before X day, then we have the right to withhold funds or whatever. I think if we can get to, okay, here's a buyout of a contract. And you're seeing it right now in the Darian Mensah situation with Duke and Miami. That is what is going to and the situation that happened at Washington a couple weeks ago is what is going to like finally be the straw that breaks the camel's back in college football.
I mean, they've got Duke University has a whole restraining order on Mensah to keep him from leaving. Like it's wild.
I mean, basically he can't enroll at the University of Miami until this is all figured out.
Right.
But then, okay, that's in Durham County, North Carolina. Miami-Dade County doesn't have to necessarily say, hey, we don't have to be witness to that contract. We don't have to enforce that contract here. So it's a shit show in college football. And people are starting to talk about it because it's happening now at P4 programs where, you had a stellar year at a decent P4 program. Oh, well, now come be one of the big dogs.
Exactly. At Ohio State or Michigan or Texas, whatever.
Or an LSU, wherever. And it's like, okay, what is going on now we're talking about it? But this shit's been happening for the last 15 years at the smaller schools. But now it's a problem that's going to break college football because it's happening to these mightier than thou schools.
It's happened to your name brands now.
Nobody said anything when Duke told Darian Minnesota to transfer from Tulane. Nobody said a damn word.
People are like, hold on, this ain't right. Why is this happening to us?
Yeah. But Miami may have made the dumbest decision to go after Duke with the lawyers that Duke has.
They got good lawyers.
You couldn't have picked anybody else. Like you couldn't have picked any other school to do that too.
Bringing down Duke is good luck. They got good lawyers.
It's comical, Artie. I don't know. That, and we need to I have several ways that I think we could fix college football.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother episode that
we're gonna dedicate a pod. We should absolutely dedicate an episode to how to fix college football.
We should. And we should have all of our listeners send us their ideas for how to fix college football.
Yeah. I would very much like that. We should do that.
Let us know how you would fix college football, and also let us know if you think we actually landed on the moon. Those are the two things I want us to take away from this episode. I need to know. Did we or did we not? All right, Artie. Around ECU, men's basketball sucks. I don't know how Michael Schwartz still has a job.
It's bad. It's bad.
Like, people were saying that Mike Houston must have had dirt on the athletic director. Mike Schwartz has to have something.
Jet, we're 5-14, man.
We haven't won a game in 2026.
We're 5. At the beginning of the season, I said, "What's the over under on 10 wins?" And I picked under, and I'm very happy I picked under because we're not getting to 10 wins. It's not gonna happen. We're not getting to 10 wins.
Like, I don't know, man. At this point, I've said this before, roll up the program, put all that money back into football. All the money we're wasting on it, put it back to football. Football and baseball. Hell, give it to women's basketball. Kim McNeil.
Give it to a basketball program that's actually doing something. Yes.
That actually knows what the hell. They lost their number one player last year to LSU. And now we're off to the best conference start since 1986.
Yeah. And I would like to publicly apologize to Kim McNeil because I doubted at the very beginning of the season. I doubted.
I did too.
I doubted this coach. Never again. I apologize. I want to publicly apologize to Coach McNeil. I'm sorry. You know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. I'm gonna stop questioning it because she in her bag. She know what she's doing.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna ride with the women's basketball team. The men, I don't know, man. They can kick rocks, but Ken McNeil hits 100 wins as a head coach. Like I said, best conference start since 1986, starting at 6-1. Look, I don't know. I'm not saying that we should be receiving votes, but when you look at Rice, who I believe is 16-3 on the season and 6-0 in conference, not receiving votes, I think is criminal. But
I would agree. I can go.
Like that game, I believe it's. I was looking ahead, February 21st, I believe it is, in Minji's. If things hold, that could be an absolute banger of a game. Mark it on your calendars, y'all.
Keep it going, ladies. Keep it going.
All right, Artie. We talked about the college football playoff, Indiana beating Miami. NFL.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a sad Bears fan. It's okay.
I'm sorry, man.
That's all right. You know what?
I kind of laughed. I kind of laughed.
It is what it is. I didn't think we would make it the divisional round this year. We did more than I thought we were going to do. So I'm okay.
Do you think that the Bears can replicate what they did this year going forward?
No, because I don't think it's going to take the theatrics. I think Caleb Williams is actually just going to get better at quarterback play. I think our offense is going to just put up more points. It's not going to take fourth quarter comebacks. It's not going to take the theater and the drama.
That's what
we're going to get better.
So you're of the ilk that thinks you're going to be back to the playoffs, but you think that it's going to be because y'all are better.
Right. I think we're going to be more of a competent offense. Trust me, I know exactly what the Bears were this year.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be better going forward.
So, I don't know, man. I'm calling it right now, though. Kevin Stefanski takes my Falcons to the playoffs next year.
If Kevin Stefanski can actually figure out quarterback, because he hasn't figured that out yet. Even in Cleveland, he didn't figure that out. If he can figure out quarterback, I trust Kevin Stefanski. If not, I don't know. Because he knows offense. He knows how to call plays.
I think I don't know what we're going to do at QB next year.
I was really rooting for Penix, man. God, I was rooting for Penix so hard. I really wanted him to succeed. I did. I wanted Penix to succeed.
I did too.
And I just don't think those injuries. I just don't think his knees are going to.
He's got the arm talent.
Yeah, he's got the skill.
Like he's not a quarterback that needs to run. Like
no, but in today's modern NFL, you got to have a little bit of juice.
Right.
You got to have a little capability. If you have no escapability whatsoever, you're not winning a championship.
Yeah. I will say I'm upset that our boy Dwayne Ledford is no longer with the Falcons. The plug. Give me some tickets every once in a while to the Falcons games.
EC plug. Down the line.
Man, he'll end up. I don't know if he's ended up anywhere yet, but he's gonna end up somewhere just fine.
Oh yeah.
I'm liking the moves that the Falcons are making. I think that you have all the pieces now. If you can just get slightly above average QB play, you're gonna be good. And hell, if we can draft a kicker in like use a 6th round pick, I do not care.
Well, look, young Hoku was actually pretty good for a little bit, and he just fell
No,
off.
he
He
could
just
go.
fell off.
No,
He was actually promising for a little bit.
he had
He
his
just fell
moments,
off.
but you, as a Falcons fan who watched week in and week out and would watch him, he was good for a like miss from like 45 every couple weeks, like ones that NFL kickers should make in their
They
sleep.
routinely make. You got to make those.
Like, and it's not even like it's not even because we're playing somewhere and the weather conditions are. You play in a dome.
You're in a dome. It's perfect. And you're in Atlanta, so I don't want to hear about weather at all. Like you're in Atlanta. So
No, I think just having Matt Ryan involved now, a true Falcon. I think we're headed in the right direction. I really
and
do.
the South is in shambles, so somebody needs to pull it together. Like somebody like the South, like the Panthers won at 8-9. Somebody needs to pull this division together.
You got to remember there was a 3-way tie at 8-9
Like somebody's got
in
to
the
step
South.
up and pull this together,
And
right?
had we had even like if we had made 2 kicks, we would have won the South.
This is one of the rare divisions, and people like to shit on the NFC South, but this is one of the rare divisions where I've seen every team in this division play for a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
Yeah.
They need to pull it together.
Yeah.
They need to pull it together.
There's so much parity. It's honestly a very fun division to watch.
Yeah.
Like you don't have like so many of the storied rivalries that you do in like the AFC North or like the NFC East. Like you don't have that, but man, watch out for Falcons Tampa Bay next year. Did you see Baker's tweet?
I did. Yeah, he came for Stefanski. He came for
it. I love Baker Mayfield, but public enemy number 1 2 times next year.
I love it. Yeah, I'm excited for Bucks Falcons. That should be good.
I mean, those are always good games. Like that's the thing. Anybody could beat anybody on any given Sunday in that division. Like even when the Saints are dog shit, you're still kind of worried about them beating you.
Yeah,
because nobody's really good.
Yeah,
but they're not as bad as everybody thinks that they are. Like I would need to go back and look. I'd be interested to see like the average margin of victory in the NFC South, like in divisional games this year.
It is a fun division to watch because nobody can pull away from each other.
Yeah, it's see like, and I'm gonna get shit for this probably, but nobody cares about the Panthers. Like as a Falcons, like I don't like the Panthers, but like at the end of the day, I really don't like the Buccaneers. I definitely don't like the Saints. Panthers, whatever.
Honestly, the only time people care about the Panthers is when the Panthers are good. Because even in Charlotte, like if you look at their games, if you pay attention, when the Panthers are bad, it's the opposing fans.
We were there. What last year?
Last year, and it was nothing but Falcons fans.
And the Falcons fans took over Bank of America.
All of a sudden, the Panthers made the playoffs, and that stadium is full of Panthers fans. Like,
keep pounding. Okay, bang your drum, dude. Bang your drum.
Yeah.
Falcons are going to the playoffs next year. The shitty part about it is we don't have any draft picks this year, so
I feel like y'all never have any good draft picks, man. You guys are
we traded this year's first to like completely reshape our defense. And I mean, I'm happy with where we're at. But I mean, we were dog shit, and it's like I couldn't even be mad that we were winning when we were already eliminated because we weren't like there was nothing to tank for. We couldn't tank for a better draft pick because we didn't have one.
True.
So, all right, Artie, gambling corner. A lot of good NFL games this past weekend.
Yes.
I think. Can I just say that the college football playoff and the NFL playoffs this year, to me, have been the most entertaining that I've seen in quite some time.
They've been fantastic. Yeah, especially the college football playoff. Because I'll be honest, last year's kind of sucked to me. It really wasn't that exciting. This year's been good, and the wild card round in the NFL and then divisional round with those two great games. Yeah, this has been phenomenal.
You had one shitty game this past weekend.
That's it. Yeah.
Everything else, what? Phenomenal. 2 overtime games
in the NFL. Yep.
Some like last minute interceptions that like sealed the deal. Were they catches? Were they not catches? Jaquan McMillan. I was going out to dinner and they had I wasn't even thinking about the game being on, and I walked into the restaurant and they had the game on, and the person taking our order was like, "Oh wow, the Broncos just made an interception." I was like, "Yeah, that guy's the product of Winston-Salem, ECU." She's like, "Oh wow, that's so cool." I was like, "Yeah, go damn Pirates." The lady at Taco Mama was like, "Okay, dude, chill out." Was it a catch, Artie?
No, it wasn't a catch. He didn't survive. He didn't actually go all the way and survive the catch to the ground. It was not a catch.
I agree.
As soon as he was starting to maybe get possession, Jaquan was ripping the ball out of his hand.
Had Jaquan not come up with the ball, they would have ruled that incomplete.
Exactly. It wasn't a catch. He didn't complete the process. It wasn't a catch.
I think the Devontae Adams one, there should be more debate about that one. But the Jaquan McMillan one, I thought was
that's a no-brainer. No, yeah.
To me, like if you watch football and you're like, Josh isn't here, but not a casual, you knew that wasn't a catch. All right, who's New England gonna play in the Super Bowl, Artie?
No love for Stidham. No love for Jarrett Stidham. Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna happen.
So New England we'll do gambling corner. New England is a 5.5-point favorite, -258 at Denver on the road. Denver's +5.5, +210, over under 42.5. Bo Nix breaks a bone in his ankle on the next to last play of the game.
In overtime. That's the crazy thing.
That's just overtime. Like, dude, really?
You played the entire game. You get hurt on basically the last play.
Like, what? Just a punch in the gut for the Broncos. And look, the script is out. The New England Patriots, the NFL needed them back in the Super Bowl, and that's what they're going to get.
I don't think the NFL is rooting for the Patriots to go back on a dynasty run. I don't think that's what they want, to be honest with you.
I don't know, man. I don't think anybody wants that, but I think that's where we're at. Which pisses me off.
I mean, I'll be honest. Mike Vrabel's a hell of a coach, and
that's what I want. That's what I wanted last time.
Yeah, look, Tennessee is so dumb. They're just stupid. Mike Vrabel's a hell of a coach. And I didn't think Drake May would ever be this good. He's going to finish second in MVP voting. I didn't think he would ever be that good. So yeah, it looks like they got both quarterback and coach, and if you have that too, you're going to be good for a long time.
The problem is it's shades of 20 years ago.
It's shades of Belichick Brady. Yes, that's exactly what it reminds you of. It reminds you of the beginning of Belichick Brady. Yep.
Yep. All right. So New England, do they cover?
Yeah, I'm gonna take New England. Look, if Bo Nix was playing, even if Bo Nix was playing, New England could win this game. But,
Yeah, I think I would have it at like -1.5, -2.5. Denver, just the home aspect of it. If Bo Nix was playing, but with Bo Nix not playing, I just don't think Jared Stidham has
now,
what it takes.
I will say this: if the Broncos, which they're capable of, if their defense can force 3 to 4 turnovers in this game, they got a shot. They
But
absolutely.
I just don't think Drake May is doing that.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
he's
And
done it
not to
before,
mention,
but in this game,
what New England did to C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans last week.
yeah,
Their
that
defense.
is true. Yeah, that they also have a pretty good defense.
Like, I'm taking New England to cover here, and
yeah, it'll be New England in their 20th Super Bowl in the last 25 years, or something like that. So
I'll take. I think I'm going to take the over here. I think 42.5 is that's just not enough. Not a lot of points in my opinion.
I'll take the over barely though. These are
I think it's like at 44.
Yeah, it's going to barely hit.
Like I could see this game being a 27-17 game.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now, whoever's going to play the Patriots, we got the Rams at Seattle. This is going to be an interesting game.
It's part 3.
Yeah. If Stafford can do it, Artie, and let's say the Rams beat Seattle this week and Stafford wins the Super Bowl, where does that put him in terms of all-time quarterbacks, in your opinion?
He's going to win MVP.
Yeah.
And if he also wins the Super Bowl, that'll be number 2.
All after being 33.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's
first. Oh, yeah. I think
even if he just wins the MVP and not the Super Bowl this year, he's going to be Hall of Famer.
I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's first ballot if he gets 2 Super Bowls and an MVP. All time, I mean, he's got to be top 20, maybe pushing top 15, but I would say top 20. He's a top 20 quarterback all time with 2 Super Bowls and an MVP, all after 33. And if you're a Lions fan, my God, you got to hate life. You got to really hate your organization for wasting a decade of this man's career. Like truly wasting a decade of his career.
I mean, Matthew Stafford's basically Drew Brees. Puts up a ton of passing yards. Is a gunslinger. Like that's where he's at. Where if he gets that second Super Bowl, I think you're slotting him in there.
I mean, I would take 15. This is maybe an unpopular opinion, but I would take his career over Rodgers. I would take this if he gets 2 Super Bowls and an MVP. I'm taking that over Rodgers' career. They're both first ballot Hall of Famers, but I'm taking that over Rodgers' career. Rodgers has the one with 4 MVPs, but 2 Super Bowls and a Super Bowl MVP and a regular season MVP. Yeah, I'm gonna take Stafford's career if he actually culminates it.
And honestly, who's to say Stafford stops?
Yeah, I don't think he would retire. I don't think he would retire.
Father Time eventually catches up to you, but like, it's not like he's Nick Foles, right? Like a flash in the pan. He's been doing this since his entire career.
Right.
Yeah, the Lions have to be like,
You got to really be like, what the hell? Because if you had a first ballot Hall of Famer in the building and you didn't even win like you didn't even make it to the NFC Championship game with them. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, think about it. At one point they had Matt Stafford and Calvin Johnson.
Yep. Yep. They sure did. They sure did.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh well.
Could have, should have, would have. Could have been a dynasty in Detroit. Could have, should have, would have.
I don't know, man. So he got Los Angeles plus 2.5, plus 130. Seattle minus 2.5, over under 46.5.
All that Matthew Stafford glazing, I'm taking Seattle. I'm taking
Really?
Seattle. Yeah, I think Seattle's a better team. I really do. I think Mike McDonald is the most underrated coach in the NFL. I think that defense is going to harass them. I've seen 2 games of this Rams team now, against the Panthers in Charlotte, where they could have lost, and against my Bears in Chicago, where they could have lost. And they're by far playing the best defense left outside of Denver in the NFL. And I think Sam Darnold is getting a little bit disrespected. I think that offense, JSN with Seattle, that's a good offense. And it's in Seattle. It's 12th man. I just don't think they got enough. I think Seattle's going to win. I do think Seattle's going to win. They're going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Give me Seattle to cover, and give me the over.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm with you there. I really want to see. I don't know. I'd really prefer to see the Rams win this game.
I would like to see, out of all the quarterbacks left, I would like to see Stafford get it.
I would too.
I would like to see him get it. Yeah.
I think that would be a good, like, old versus new.
Yeah.
In Stafford versus Drake May.
I agree.
Like a passing of the torch type game.
Heart is definitely going Rams, but I think Seattle's going to win.
Yeah, I think just being in Seattle. Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle to cover. And I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like up there, but I'll take the over. These are 2 really good offenses.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, Seattle's without Charbonnet now, but these are 2 really good offenses. If we didn't get Stefanski, my number 1 was Kubiak. I wanted him.
Oh, Gary Kubiak? Yeah. He's got head coaching experience too.
Clint.
He's never done that.
All right, Artie. You ever walk the plank? I think mine's just the Mensa situation.
Yeah, that is a wild situation.
Actually, Artie, I saw this yesterday. I wanted to bring this up.
That's a wild situation.
Do you know who Darren?
Yeah, ESPN, right? I know he's a
yeah. He used to be on ESPN.
I know the name.
Reporter,
right?
So on and so forth. So, if you were online, I guess it was earlier in the week. Darren Ravel was online talking about his son, who is, I believe, 11, 12 years old. Was wanting to do online gambling, sports gambling, underage. So instead of that, like Darren Ravel says that he can't tell his son, no, don't do that, because it's just going to push him to go do it, find other avenues to do it. So he signed his son up for like a free to play gambling. Like there's no money being exchanged, but it like lets you use credits or whatever. And you're not winning anything, but you're not losing anything. It's just, there's these apps out there.
Mm-hmm.
And like he was tweeting about this. And he was like, I can't like tell my son no. And like, why is that? Why can't you just tell him no?
Right. You're his father. What do you mean you can't tell your son?
And he was like straight up telling people like, well, you're just not a parent. If like you would do like, just say no. You must not be a parent because you don't know how kids are.
Why does a 10 or 11-year-old even know how gambling works, wants to gamble? Is like you got to be around that atmosphere to know what that is and want to do that. Why is a child even around that?
I don't know. I think the biggest part of it already, and it's just it's really just the age that we live in, where if you watch any game, any sports, everything is gambling. Everything is gambling.
Everything's bet on. Yeah.
Bet on this. You watch a game and they'll show you like live odds of the next player to make a catch on the screen. Everything is run by gambling right now. And look, we like it, but do it responsibly. I don't, just the fact that like that he's letting his son do that. And then Artie, you know what? He then posts a picture at one point of what his son was like, one of the bets that his son had made. And it was, would Giannis Antetokounmpo would he scratch his nuts? And he was like, this is what my son is betting on. And he said, honestly, he should have better odds. It was plus 500.
Wow. Look.
And then it said in there, like, it must be shown on camera.
I'm not a father yet, so I'm not going to even pretend to be some sort of expert. But I do know.
I'm a father, and I can tell you, I'm not at all an expert.
That you control the environment that your children are in. I know that for a fact. You control the environment that your children are in. So, like, this is all back on him. Like, this falls on you as a dad. I'm sorry. Like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah. Avery says, walk the plank, IRS for tax season. Read sports betting.
That's forever.
Brandon, I know you're a lawyer. Look into how they're changing the taxes for sports gambling this year. Not great. Taxation stuff. All right.
Thanks.
Artie, any final thoughts before we get the hell out of here?
Hell of an episode. It's a pleasure doing it with you, brother. I ain't got no notes.
Yeah, man. Love seeing you. We'll get together soon. Hey, enjoy the time over the next couple weeks with your wife.
Well,
don't get cabin fever. I'm honestly dreading. Like I might just go walk. I might walk in the snow for an hour and a half.
I'm excited to actually get some good snow. I am excited for that, but I'm not. Fingers crossed the power. I just want the power to stay on. That's all
I got news for you, brother.
I know.
Probably not happening.
Duke Energy sucks. I know it's gonna cut off. I know it's gonna cut off.
I was on the phone for 2 hours today trying to find somebody to come look at my. I have a gas fireplace. It's never been turned on.
Oh,
we've lived here 4 years. We've never turned it on. And I woke up this morning thinking, oh, like I'm trying to be like a good dad. Like told my wife, hey, I think I'm gonna go to Ace Hardware today and get a sled.
Right.
She said, have you even thought about like the grocery order, or have you even thought about
the real
our
stuff.
fireplace? Like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna heat the house? And I was like, I was just trying to go sledding.
I just want to go out and go have fun. Like, it's gonna snow.
I'm thinking about building a snowman. I'm thinking about sledding. I ain't thinking about all.
Hey, look, we did stock up though. Yesterday and today, we stocked up. We got the perishable items. We got the lighters. We got the candles. We got the flashlights. We got the whole nine. We're good.
We're going around like, does this flashlight work? Nope. Okay. we got candles. Okay. Charging the iPad so that way.
Yeah, we got the portable charger. So
I think I'm gonna buy a power bank. No free ads, but love my Anchor products. I think I'm gonna get me a power bank to be delivered on Friday.
Facts.
All right.
Hunker down, folks. All my NC folks, hunker down.
Anybody on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like, stay warm. Stay warm. Artie, anything else?
I got nothing.
Make sure you subscribe to the Boneyard Podcast wherever you get your podcast. Apple, Spotify, Amazon. I think we're on other places, but who really listens to those? Subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you think we went to the moon. I need to know. I really do. I really need to know. Also, if you're enjoying watching us along on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the notification. I think it's a bell. Hit that. That way you're notified every time we go live. And then follow us on social media at Boneyard Podcast. And then at the Boneyard Podcast on TikTok. Hopefully we'll be back next week. If not, we'll be back in 2 weeks. I'll be in Disney 2 weeks from now, so we won't have an episode that week. So yeah. Artie, you good? Let's get out of here.
Hey, as always, Pirate Nation, stay safe, stay warm. Hopefully the lights stay on for you this weekend. And we love you. Wash your hands, wash your butts. Deuce.
Go damn Pirates.